on their way in the Niagara Stakes. And one of the best into stride. Away well was the favourite British Royalty, but it's on the inside like the King in front of Mighty Heart, Collective Force, and coming forward fast, Primo Touch on the outside. Frosted Over takes a good position, but fighting the rider a little bit. And coming around them, Town Cruise. British Royalty's well-placed mid-pack. Sibolian back on the inside. Keyflower tracks with Sir Sahib, and about 5 away last is Who's the Star. Racing out wide on the track there, Town Cruise, but out in front, like the King. Very deep, Town Cruise, going up about 6 wide. A length to Mighty Heart is third, 1 to Primo Touch, Collective Force. 1.5, British Royalty having a good run. Frosted Over's a neck away next from Sibolian, tracking on the inside. 1 away, Sir Sahib, Keyflower, and 3 away last is Who's the Star. Well off the inside, Town Cruise, as they go up the backstretch, has the lead. Inside the 6 furlongs by a length and trying to clear them now. Town Cruise getting across, darts towards the rail from Like the King. 4 or 5 away, Mighty Heart. A length away, fourth, Primo Touch from Collective Force. Frosted Over is up on the outside, making ground. Behind them is Sibolian, and British Royalty's got back to fourth last from Sir Sahib, Keyflower. And 3 lengths away last is Who's the Star. Town Cruise has broken away out in front with Like the King, who's come off the inside to re-rally for the lead. They're 8 lengths in front. And then Mighty Heart, Frosted Over's winding up around the extreme outside, has come into fourth spot. And then Collective Force, Primo Touch. British Royalty asked to run through the pack. On the inside, Sibolian turning Like the King, and Town Cruise well ahead. Town Cruise back on the inside and Like the King by 4 lengths. Running home is Mighty Heart in third. And then Collective Force well behind them, British Royalty, and Sir Sahib down the outside. Like the King raced away. Like the King 2.5 in front and trying to run home from the back here down the outside. Who's the Star? Emma Jane, Who's the Star, munching up the ground, has come from a mile back. And Who's the Star has come from last to win and win well. Who's the Star wins the Niagara from Collective Force, a weakening Like the King or Keyflower back on the inside. And then Mighty Heart.
Who's the Star is the star in today's Niagara Stakes. Great pickup items here for Emma Wilson from last to first. Now, one thing about Emma, very astute when it comes to watching replays, looking at charts. Wait to see the chart for this race. There was a whole lot going on in here. But you were at the back of the bus just minding your own business.
Well, I was watching it all unfold. It was on paper, it was an interesting race. 1.25 miles, you know, kind of top heavy with speed. And when Mark called me this morning to say that I was going to ride this one, I had a quick chance to go back through his replays. And I mean, I had to go back and check the weather because the day that he ran and he came home last to first the last time, he come home in like 22 and change, and like fast. And they were all running. And I thought, well, maybe the turf was a little hard. We've had some hot weather, but it wasn't. It was, you know, we'd had a really nice summer, but to that point, it wasn't unusually fast. And I mean, for him to come home in 22, I was pretty impressed. So I was quite confident when we turned for home that he was going to quicken with a ferocious kick.
Yeah, that's what I was watching. Obviously, the horses up front because there was so much movement going on in there. But could you see them coming back to you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was just about getting my rhythm and getting him happy. I mean, he seemed to be quite settled where we were, and you know, you don't want to build him. Never sat on him before, so you don't want to build him up too much and get going too soon. So when I was watching Daisuke, actually, he had Town Cruise quite wide, really wide. You know, just trying to get him to settle, and so I knew about halfway down the backside things were going to get even more interesting, and I wanted to be in touch so that, you know, when I switched him off at the top of the lane and switched him out, you know, he was going to have a clear run and just mow him down if he could. So I thought we had a little too much to do. Top of the stretch, you know, is the other half of the entry kind of took control at the top of the lane, and then I thought, you know, we're going to have a lot of work to do. But like I said, I relied back on that 22 and change quarter that he threw last time, and I was confident the jet fuel was going to hit.
What's with the voice?
Well, I am a bit of a prankster, but let's just say there's nothing that makes me smile more than listening to my kids laugh. And if it means I have to yell and scream and be silly and listen to them laugh every day, then, you know, a hoarse voice is what comes of it. That's fine with me.
Way to go, Emma. Enjoy it.
Cheers, Jeff. Thank you.
Okay, Who's the Star does it in the Niagara. 2 more still to come.
And there is the show photo.